Alright, so we're going to be doing part A, which is the intro and the verse and even the pre-chorus. So just this one riff covers you for a lot of the song. So we're going to start off with the C major 7. It's your third finger on the fifth fret, the third fret of the 5th string. We're going to play that with our thumb. We're going to pick the G and the B string, the 2nd and the 3rd string, together at the same time. We're going to hammer on to the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Then we're going to pick the G and the B string together. All together. Alright, then we're going to go to the G major chord. It's the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string. You don't have to play a full G major. I think it would be more effective just to make it a 2-finger chord. Your 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then your 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. We're going to be picking the 6th, 3rd, and 2nd together. So. Then we're going to pick the 2nd and the 3rd string while holding that G chord. From there, once you pick the 3rd string, we're going to slide the finger. We're not going to pick the 2nd string, we're going to slide the finger to the 8th fret, from the capo that is. So, see, we don't pick it, we just let it slide. Then we're going to go to the next chord. As your finger reaches that 8th fret of the 2nd string, we're going to place our 1st finger on the 7th fret of the 5th string, and we're going to pick the 5th, 3rd, and 2nd together, the A, G, and B string together. Followed by the thumb on the A string, so we got. Alright. Then we're going to bounce to the E major. We got 1st finger on the 5th fret of the the D major. The 1st finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string, and the 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the 2nd string. It can be quite confusing because now we've got to take into consideration when I'm calling out the frets. We must always remember I'm using the capo. I'm going from the capo, hey, not the real frets. Alright, then we're going to pick the 5th, the 3rd, and the 2nd. The 2nd, and then the 3rd string afterwards. And that's pretty much the main loop of the song. I mean, it just keeps repeating. There is a little section on the 7th measure. Check out the tabs in the description. So we got. Alright, after we pick that G string, we're going to slide back to repeat the loop. We're going to end with a slide. It's very subtle, you can barely hear it in the recording, but if you turn the recordings up really loud, you can hear that it slides both ways, from left to right, from the G. Alright, then we're going to slide when we're on the last chord, that D. You slide back, and then you release the pressure off back into the C. You can add a little bit of vibrato. Okay, cool. So now we're going to do the that measure 7 full. That was alright. So it's the 7th fret of the 5th string, and we're going to go to the 8th fret of the 2nd string. You can use your 2nd finger. I like to use my 3rd finger because we're sliding up, and then as we get there. I like to use my fourth finger there because of the slide. Then we go to the... Alright, so that's the full. That's the first finger on the 7th of A, third finger on the 8th of 2nd string, pinky on the 10th to the 10th of the 2nd string back to the 8th, 5th on the 5th with the first finger, third finger on the 7th of the 2nd, pick them together, and the pinky goes to the 8th and then to the 7th. So, but in the recording I did notice that there was no bass notes. It was pretty much, not too sure why that is, but live I did see that she was going like this. Whoops. Playing those bass notes. So keep that in mind if you are wondering why you're hearing something different in the recording. Alright, so now just a quick one on the timing. It's all 8th notes, 4/4 counting system. So it's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and which would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. All right. Alright, so now we're going to do the next part. We can call this part B, or the chorus. Alright, cool. So there's two ways to go about this chorus, this part B. The one is the traditional way of doing things, where we do these alternate strumming, a pendulum type of motion with the, and you do a whole lot of misses, miss the air, play the air like there's something there kind of vibe. So down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. So that's that type of vibe, all right? Tracy Chapman, I was watching on some videos out there, that she doesn't do that. She goes for the, I'll show you what she does. She goes down, up, down, up, down, down, down. And it creates a more lazy type of feel. Sorry. Let me do that again. So it's more like, it's a bit more laid back, I find, if you compare the two. This is traditional. Whereas hers is... it's a little bit different. You can do that with the pick, you know, if you're able to switch between holding the pick, going from the picking, you know, I like to just place it like that. So if I'm going... So you can kind of... just quickly grab the pick and for the strumming. She seems to just play with her fingers. All right, cool. Let's go through the chords. The chords are C major, and then we've got G major, E minor, and then D major. Now, the thing to be aware of is that there are open, kind of empty chords, but on the very last eighth note of each bar. So the fourth upbeat is going to be like just the strings played without fretting them. So it's alright, and then that gives you a bit of time also to get to the next chord, but it actually has a different sound. It sounds a bit different if you then not doing it. Just pay attention to the rests on the tab. Those will indicate which ones weren't played open and were actually muted. All right, so that's pretty much the chorus and the different ways to play it. As long as you stick to that that beat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you're pretty much good.